Guys, God bless you. Carl's here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. It is a nice cold day. Literally, I've been here, well, since yesterday. We did one vehicle. Today we're doing this second vehicle, and then we have one more vehicle to do. But this will be kind of in 3 days. But we're working on this I think it's a 2022 High Country. And I will say this, the technology on these cars nowadays, this one looks insane. But we're gonna be doing a paint enhancement with a 6-year ceramic coating on this one. But first off, we're gonna do the wash. Thankfully, customer's garage has heating and AC too, so it's gonna be a walk in the park. But today's forecast really calls for maybe like thunderstorms later on. And it was literally pouring on us on the way over here. And I say we because today we have Chubb's Auto Detail behind the camera today. He's going to be helping me be the second hand, kind of helping me kind of recording and stuff. His dream or one of his main goals is to be kind of in the social media, maybe, recording pictures and stuff. So no better way to support him. So he's going to be out here just pretty much recording me today, so should be fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Something different. Well, different probably because I'm not holding the camera. But anyways, let's get started on this thing because it's starting to rain. We're gonna be using the Turtle Wax Iron Decon, and we're gonna be talking about the Drive Auto Appearance Series. Today I wanted to show you guys this is the final look on the bottle. This is a strip wash soap. We're going to be also using this one. I bought it from Drive Auto too. This one, like I said, caught my attention just because of the way it's built. This big old fat thing right here. Looks very like futuristic. So we're going to be using this. Usually when I use a strip wash soap, I do about 4 ounces of this, and then I fill it up to where it says soap and water. That's how I do it. And for those who don't know, the strip wash is supposed to release all the sealants, all the waxes, anything that's in the paint. It should make your paint flat. It just removes a lot of the waxes and sealants that these cars have. So let me get all this set up and we'll keep going. The only downside for cold days, like for me, is my hand. My freaking left side. Look at this head. This sucker's already turning purple. That's the only downside to these cold months coming up for me, because when it gets cold, my left side just starts freezing up because of all the metals and stuff they put me when I got my wreck. But we're just letting the decon work. You can already, there's some purpling on it. Not a lot, just because it's literally brand new. This customer literally drove it, put it in his garage, and it just stays in there. But we're about to rinse it off. We're going to do the strip wash soap. We're going to do the clay, everything, and then we're just going to pull it inside. So probably the next clip you'll see is probably us pulling, the strip wash part. Alright, so overall initial reaction of this product, I've used it before, but I didn't use it with the foam cannon that Drive Auto Appearance sells. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought this was just gonna be like every other foam cannon, but this thing is actually making like some shaving cream foam. So this works. So all I'm doing is just finishing it off with the strip wash soap, and then we're just gonna go through the whole process of the claying and everything, and we're gonna pull it out. Hopefully I'm not that wet. I think I'm so cold already I can barely talk. Is it recording? Oh.
No, it is.
Alright, so my wife's probably gonna kill me because I have no cover on my phone and it's literally getting wet. So, babe, I might need a new phone after this. But anyways, the strip wash soap, does it work? Do I like it? For the price, I think this one is like $13 for that one size that I showcased, and it does work. At first, this was like beading nicely. After you let the soap just kind of do its thing and it's dwelling, now it's starting to sheet. So after I hit it, if you see here, it's starting to sheet. Sometimes you might have to do this twice just to really remove a lot of the sealants and stuff. So it's okay if you have to do it more than once. It's sometimes that you have to do that. So we're probably gonna give it another shot after this one. You won't see this one on the video, but we'll give it another shot, do the whole. Quick tip for those who have never worked on this type of truck, this high country: if you don't buckle up, you ain't going nowhere. So for a good couple of seconds, I was up there trying to figure why I didn't move. You have to buckle up. You buckle up in Texas, no matter what. So pretty much what we're gonna be doing right now is we're gonna dry it. I'm gonna dry it, and then we're gonna start the process of the correction. For this process, we're gonna go with Coach Chemi M302, which is the purple one, because really the condition of this paint is brand new. The defects are very minor, and I'm gonna pair it with a Rupes yellow foam pad, which is probably one of my most favorite combos to use. The finish is really gonna be amazing. So let's get started. A light that I haven't showcased in any video, I think some have seen it, asked questions. I think I've had this one for like 5 months, and still, like, I've been playing with it, if I like it or if I don't. I do a lot of impulse buys, and this was one that I didn't need to buy, but I bought it. And when I bought it, I didn't read all the instructions and all that, so it's like I had to buy like different things. But this is the Powersmith Voyager. You can do it both with a wire, and you can do it without. You can do it cordless also. I'm using the DeWalt batteries. This company does sell separate accessories, so that you're able to use it with different types of batteries. And to be honest, I do like it. I really have enjoyed having it just because of portability, and it's bright. And look how tall it is. I'm 5'2", guys. This is about what, maybe 5'8", maybe, I don't know, but it's tall. And I have really enjoyed, especially when I'm going mobile and I don't want to be carrying the cables. This one is actually pretty cool. I don't want to get too in depth in it. You guys already know I don't do like full reviews on it. Do I like it? Yes. Is it worth the money that I've spent? If I would have read the instructions first, probably not. Because when I ordered it, I think it was just the light. And I'll try to post some links to where I bought it. But I think the light was like $129 probably. And I was excited because I thought it was a good deal. When I got it, it didn't come with anything. It was only this, the base. So I had to order. The next thing I ordered was the wireless, the adapters. But I ended up buying the wrong adapters. One thing about me is I don't read instructions. So I learn as I pretty much keep spending more money and money until I get it right. So I bought the adapters, and my 20-volt DeWalt batteries fit in it now. And then I ended up buying the cord for it as well. So for those who want a cord, they also sell that as well. It's real lightweight. It has a remote that you can turn it off, turn it on. You can adjust the lumens on it as well. I usually don't have it full blast, because full blast I might get maybe like an hour or so. So I usually use it like on the medium setting. I'll probably get like 2 hours out of that battery on a full charge. So I have 2 batteries. So I have the other one right now charging. But yeah, real simple. You can literally move it. These things adjust. They go up and down. So not only for detailing, but I have enjoyed it for like gatherings. When I'm like outside with family and we have low light, then I'll pull this out, put the batteries on it, and literally I'll show you guys on that's first setting there, and that is pretty bright, guys. It gives you just enough room to correct. And usually when I'm doing the doors, then I will lower this down to just that right there, and I get enough coverage literally of the whole doors here. And I know it's not a correction light. I really don't care about if it's a scan grip or what I want is light. I'm looking for something that's gonna let me see the defects. With changing the modes on it, it will give you different, like that mode right there, it's just less. And I'm able to see if this truck has any defects. I'm not for paying a lot of money for like the scan grip lights. Those are great. For me, I just don't see the benefit of paying that high amount when I can literally buy this light, or I think there's one that's called the LoomTech. I think that's what it's called. Kind of identical. There's many of these. It just falls down to your preference, what you're gonna buy. Obviously, if this says scan grip, oh, you're a professional. If it's not scan grip, you're a rookie or whatever. But for me, I don't care. But a lot of you have asked me about this one. It's been taking me a long time to do the video, and today I guess it's a perfect day to talk about it so you guys can see it. I really like it just because of the fact that, you know, I don't have to have cords. And the battery does last, the light lasts. Like I said, it just depends on the settings you have. But anyways, enough boring you guys about this light. It's now time to start correcting. So let me get that set up and we're gonna go. So as we're working with this truck, I wanted to talk about a topic that I get asked a lot, and I think to some it's kind of confusing. And my way is just my way of kind of explaining it. Everybody's gonna explain it differently. This vehicle is gonna receive a paint enhancement, not a correction. The reason is because the paint is in such great shape that you don't have to pull out a more heavier compound, or you don't have to pull out like F6 from Coach Kemi. That's what I use. But we're giving it just a nice light correction, if that makes sense. For that, obviously, we're gonna be using Coach Kemi M302, which is my most favorite, my most used. Literally, it's almost empty. When you're working with new vehicles, you don't have to do a full paint correction on a brand new car. I just don't see the need for it. If the vehicle doesn't need it, find a different route. For this one, I love pairing it with the Rupes Yellow Foam, and it's gonna give me such a beautiful finish. And that's really what I'm after. After walking this truck, there was just no swirls, scratches, like nothing major. M302 is gonna give you just that fine correction or enhancement. Enhancements means you're gonna enhance the gloss. You're gonna give it a pop, right? M302 gives you the biggest gloss, but it gives you the lightest cut. So it's not gonna cut, but it is gonna, you know, give you just a nice, like, I keep saying it's not gonna cut, but within the product, there is still like some cutting in it, but it's not heavy. This is not the product that you're gonna use for when you got a car with oxidation and stuff like that. This is the product that I recommend when you're working on brand new vehicles. And I'm very surprised how well this paint has been like upkept, because it has like nothing. So this is only going to just enhance the look, the gloss. A correction, a correction, obviously, with the enhancement, I'm doing probably 2 to 3 passes. That's it. It's quick. It's a quicker arm speed as well. When you get into the correction, it's a slower arm speed because you're trying to correct, and it's in the word correction. You're trying to correct the clear or the paint to the best of your ability. But by doing that, you're going to change to a different product like Coach Kemi F6, Coach Kemi H9, the heavy compound, right? That's a correction. And time-wise as well, it's gonna take you longer. As well as it is much slower arm speed when you're correcting. And that's why some don't like doing the corrections, because it's gonna take you longer. But just charge accordingly when you're getting into this. Know what you're working with. But for me, a paint enhancement, I'll always use M302. a paint correction, you'll usually see me using Coach Kemi F6, but at a slower rate of arm speed to really clean that paint up, remove majority of the defects, right? A correction, you go for more than like 70% of just a better paint. Enhancements on unmaintained vehicles, is all you're doing is just going to enhance the gloss. There's still going to be a lot of scratches left. But to new cars, an enhancement will literally look like a correction. So that's just kind of me telling you a little bit on enhancements versus correction, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments what your enhancement is and what your correction is, or how can you explain that to another detailer that might be getting into this and is kind of confused, because this can get a little bit confusing. Cut.
For the coating that you're about to do, 6 years, right? 6-year coating?
Yes.
What are the pros and cons on getting your vehicle, or getting any vehicle, whether it's commercial or whether it's a personal vehicle? What are the pros and what are the cons on getting a coating on it, whether it's 3 years, 6 years? Like, what are the pros and cons besides, water beating? Because everybody tells you, oh, I want it to look, when it rains, I want it to the water bead on my paint.
Okay. So in my experience, the pros of having a coating done is, one, that it's gonna be easier to maintain the paint. What I mean by that is, like, when you wash it, it's gonna be just
Easier to wash.
Easier to wash. So if if it usually takes you 1 hour to wash your vehicle, like, now we could literally probably knock it down to like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, because of the coating. Because the coating is going to help any dirt or whatever that's on here literally be like on the surface. So when you hit it with water, it's just gonna like slide down, theoretically. Another benefit of it is, and I think that's what you said, was the water behavior. With the coating, you get this crazy like water behavior. Another benefit, or another pro to it, is UV rays. It's gonna protect it from oxidation, from the sun baking, the clear, and later down the road, like fading, so it's like fading.
What about like heavy rainy days like this morning? Water drops, would it leave watermarks behind, or?
So it's easier to water spotting. It should eliminate that from kind of like caking into the clear, because when you put the coating, once this coating cures, there's gonna be literally a barrier between the clear and the coating. So when anything hits it, it's hitting the coating. Now, the cons to that is that, regardless, it can still get scratched. It can still get water spotting, bird etching. Anything can happen to the coating, but it's really based off the maintenance. If you don't service that coating after you install it, maybe the customer is not gonna be able to really take care of it, and that's when you'll see a coating failure. And I'm sure many people get calls where they say, hey, the coating you installed, it doesn't work, it sucked, you did a horrible job. Not meaning that you did a bad job, it just means that they haven't maintained it. So if you don't maintain the coating is just gonna slowly fail.
Yeah, it's not gonna last you the 6 years.
Yes, and you have to maintain it. Everything you do it's maintenance. If you don't do proper maintenance on it, if you don't wash it weekly or bi-weekly or once a month, then the coating just keeps getting clogged and clogged and clogged and clogged, to a point where when you wash it, it'll be flat. There's many times where you'll see that it's like flat, but the coating is there. It's just clogged, you know? So there's a, it has its benefits. It's not for everybody because at the end of the day, they're paying between, let's just say, $1,000 to $2,500, depending on what they bought, the steps you have to do to it, right? But I tell all my customers, it's just a sacrificial layer to help ease, you having to wax it every year. So that's another one, long-term durability. So this one here is 6 years. So for the next 6 years, you don't have to wax your car or apply a sealant to your car, as long as you do your homework, you do what you have to do to the coating. It's gonna be perfect. Do coatings last? Yes. Like I've had a Chrysler 300 that you see me post always, the black one.
Yeah.
Is going on year 3. This is his last year actually, and the coating is still working like day 1. So there's proof that if you install it correctly, you service it correctly, the coating is going to last.
So like today, it was muggy, like rainy. Now the temperature has dropped.
Yes.
Would you consider this perfect weather for coating, to install the coating?
Since we're in here, yes. Like literally, I'm hot right now. But obviously the customer has heating.
Yeah.
He has AC, so we're able to adjust the temperature. So in here, it's perfect. Now, if we would be out there, no, because right now outside it's like literally like 45 degrees. So it's not beneficial. As a detailer, you have to know your barriers. Like, it's not just because you want to make this money today. We're gonna do it because then the coating is gonna give you issues, right? So ideally, you want to do it indoors. Today is perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better day other than the rain. But we're inside. We have it controlled. We have the AC controlled. We have the heating. If we need to heat up, the truck or heat up inside, then we can do that. But there's many benefits to a coating, but it's not for everybody. I want to show you guys the end result of a coated vehicle. If you guys follow me, I worked on this one, on this Z71 yesterday. By now, this vehicle should be already cured. But I want to show you guys just a quick water behavior. We're going to try it back here, just in an area. I don't want to soak it too much, just because I really want to have this coating just take its face. The longer it stays inside, in my opinion, the better, right? But really quickly, let me show you guys. I'm using distilled water in here. You can buy this at Walmart or anywhere, $1 for the gallon. Better for prone to water spotting. When you use distilled water, if you do waterless, this is what you want to use. And it helps obviously with water spotting in a way. Or it's filtered water pretty much, I would say. But check it out. So this one, it has been, probably about 24 hours since I installed it. And check it out. Just look at that tight beating. Look at that. All right, we are pretty much done. We've done the correction. We've done the prep panel wipe or the IPA. Now, usually after I do the IPA, I let the car just sit for a little bit. I don't know. I started doing that just out of bad habit, I guess. One, I guess, like for me to kind of just relax a little bit, kind of just reset. That way I'm not rushing the process. But we're going to be using, as you guys know, we're using the Max Shine Graphene Ceramic Coating. This is their, it's a 7-year ceramic coating. Well, up to 7, right? It really depends, in my opinion, is how you buff it off, right? Usually if a customer wants a 1-year coating, 2-year coating, 3-year coating, I just apply and buff off, right? That way you don't let it sit too long. In my opinion, if I let it sit longer, then you're gonna get the full 7-year of protection in a way. Hopefully that makes sense. But let's go ahead and install it really quick. I've already gone ahead and did what I'm about to instruct next. But every time you open your bottle after a previous use, I like to grab a towel and wipe the rim because once it crystallizes, you don't want to put that on your applicator pad. So I've gone ahead and wiped the rim off. There was some crystallization from yesterday from using it, but we should be good to go now. So right now in here it's 60, I think it's 69 degrees in here right now. We are at 66 degrees. So we are in the ideal temperature, to be honest. I'm just glad that we're inside. But the way I do it, guys, is I'll usually do one line across like this, right? And then, since I'm short, I'm on the tire right now. But usually I will go ahead and kind of cut it through the middle. Then I'll just drag it across. And then I'll just take it up and down. And then what I'll just do is just do that crosshatch pattern just to make sure I get everything evenly coated. And I usually do it in sections, so I'll do the middle first, and then next I will come and do this section here, and then I'll just finish off that front, and that's it. And you can already see this coating kind of flashing out already. So two things or questions that I get asked a lot about the Max Shine coating is, one, how long do you let your coating sit? And really, this graphene coating, I have really enjoyed it just because of coming from DPC, right, where you apply the coating and you have to take it off pretty quick. This one really lets you, as an installer, not rush the process. So this has already flashed, and the buff off, literally, it is very smooth, very easy to do. As far as slickness, that's another question I get asked a lot, is slickness. Is the Max Shine coating slick? That's a hard one to answer, to be honest. But with my gloves on, there is slickness, definitely. So if you're looking for that coating that is user-friendly, it's going to give you professional results as far as durability and all of that. Definitely try the coating out. Don't knock it down just because it's not Ceramic Pro or it's not Geon or it's not no name brand. Since since Max Shine gave me an opportunity to join them, it's been really a blessing, just because of the fact that I honestly feel like Max Shine does their homework when it comes to putting out a product. They do their research. They listen to what I feel like a lot of installers are looking for, and they make it happen. Honestly, I had somebody inbox me and was talking to me and was installing the Max Shine coating, and they were like, bro, there's something different about this coating. And I could agree with him, and I was like, I definitely kind of understand what you're saying, because for me, I feel like it's different, but I know some people will agree to disagree, and that's okay. But we're gonna go ahead and just continue coating this truck, and I really wish it was sunny so I could show you how glossy this paint looks, but we're gonna continue, and I'll bring you guys to the very end, kind of showcase the after. That concludes today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna be showing you a little bit of the afters of how this truck came out, but overall this vehicle came out pretty good. How'd y'all like that gloss on that one? But overall, guys, I really just wanted to touch just a quick base on everything we did today. We started with the strip wash soap, which I wanted to talk about, which is the Drive Auto Appearance Bucket Naked, which is a soap that's gonna help you remove waxes and sealants prior to you doing a ceramic coating or prior to you applying a wax or a sealant, whatever the case may be, right? The purpose of that soap is to remove a lot of those sealants and waxes, right? At times you might have to do maybe a 2 two-step strip wash, right? So I usually do it in two times just to be safe, right? Am I ever gonna get this paint 100%, remove everything? Probably not, but we want to make sure we just try to eliminate, anything remove everything off of the paint. Overall, we use the Max Shine Graphene Ceramic Coating as always. Don't forget to use that code Serranos15 on their website, which I'll be posting a link of on the description as well. And we use the Max Shine M15 Pro and Rupes Yellow Foam Pad paired with the Coach Chemi M302, which is their most fine cut polish. Fit perfectly for this scenario on this brand new truck. Overall, really time wise, I think we've been here maybe 6 hours at max. Could it be done in less time? Probably, but we really don't want to rush anything. Overall, really, it turned out really well, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video overall of the process. Let me know what you guys thought. Again, shout out to Chubbs Auto Detailing for taking the drive with me today, and helping me with being a second hand behind the camera. I had fun because he knows a little bit more than what I do when it comes to these little like tips and tricks. So you definitely will be able to see him on these videos, hopefully. But again, thank you to Chubbs, and as always, guys, God bless you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Fuck.